Did we all just forget that in 2022 the UK inflation rate was nearly 20%? Not the official government inflation rate, the true inflation rate, the true inflation rate.
The inflation in the UK is honestly going insane, fam. Because how you telling me, yeah, a meal deal at Tesco is now £4.25?
If you are saving for a house in the UK, I need you to hear this. Everyone tells you to just save for the deposit, but no one tells you how slow that really is. House prices rise faster than your savings in.
I've come back from Spain and let me tell you the difference of cost of living is shocking. I'll start with the rent. In the UK, the average monthly rent is pushing £1,276. In Spain, you can get a flat in a decent city like Valencia or Seville for £500 to £700 max.
How has inflation impacted your wallet lately? Everything's creeping up while wages stand still. Is there anything left that hasn't gone up in price? Let's find out how inflation continues to shape daily life.
Half a tin of baked beans. That will be £1, please.
Hey lads, what in the holy inflation is going on?
Even with a wage rise coming, minimum earners are still falling behind inflation.
If the national minimum wage goes up by 4.1% in April 2026, but if inflation goes up 2, 4, 6, even 8% by next year, then technically minimum wage workers are worse off.
So this is a little mini fish and chips I got from my local fish and chip shop. And these little mini fish and chips used to be £1.50, or I think they went up to £1.75. It's now £3.50. £3.50. There's my hand, just so you know how big they are. £3.50. Gone up a lot. Still nice though.
When fish and chips have become the real inflation indicator.
The inflation increase on fish and chips. 1980, 83p. 1991, £1 and 60 pence. 2002, £1 and 50 pence. 2010, £5. 2020, £8. 2022, £11.
Why, oh 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 why, why, oh 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 why, oh.
Wages may have doubled, but with inflation it tells a different story.
So I got this great question asking me to show you the average salary every year since 2000 and compare that to the rate of inflation. As you can see, back in 2000, the median salary, which I think is the most accurate form of average that we can use, is just shy of £19,000. And now in 2024, it's just over £37,000. What I find really interesting is if you look closely at this graph, in 2009, the average salary in the UK was £25,800. And fast forward all the way to 2017, and it had only gone up to £28,750. So that's only £3,000 in an 8-year period. That is absolutely mental. Now, this is really interesting. If you go to the Bank of England's website, it has an inflation calculator. So it shows you that a pound in 2000 is now £1.87. So due to inflation, cost of goods and services have gone up on average by 87% since 2000. But you know the interesting thing? Wages have doubled since 2000 on average. But to me, it doesn't feel like that's happened at all. It's felt like since 2000, wages haven't gone up enough to keep up with inflation. So something doesn't seem right. Now, I can't be the only one that feels like the standard of living in the UK has been slowly declining over the last 20 years. But when you listen to the numbers, it says actually we've got higher wages compared to inflation 20 years ago.
Remember when a chippy tea was the cheapest treat around? Let's take a quick trip back and see takeaway prices have gone mad. Or it's just nostalgia messing with us. Back in the 80s, fish and chips cost about 83p. A Chinese or an Indian, round about 150 to £2. Pizza was an extravagance, but if you got one, it was around about 250 tops. And for a kebab, you're looking at about £1.50. Now, fish and chips are pushing about 10 quid. Chinese mains, around 9.50. For a pizza, you're looking at over a tenner, and for a kebab, about 7.50. The 83p chippy from the 80s should cost now, with inflation, about £2.70. That £2 Chinese, around 6 quid. So if prices were just following inflation, takeaways would still be cheap. But instead, we're paying double, sometimes even triple. Wages haven't gone up like that. Ingredients haven't either. That's not just inflation. We're getting rinsed. The food might taste the same, but the prices definitely don't.
Even sausage rolls aren't safe. Do you think it's inflation or corporate greed?
Oh, 1.45 for a Greg's sausage roll. Remember they were like 80 pence, 75 pence, something like that. So curiosity got me. And I thought, what? Let me have a wee look at this. And you think, right, what am I buying? What am I actually paying for here? Do you know there's like, it's something really low. It's like 18% pork. And as you can see, it even says the lowest proportion going. So they put the minimum amount of stuff in it to maximise profits. You think, I wonder what profits they get after, you know, oh, it's inflation and it's tax and it's this and that. After all that, what's profit? And the profits are going up. And you think, right, okay, it's a mug's game that. What you need to do is you need to find somebody local, a baker that's local and it's doing kind of obviously going to markets and stuff like that and selling their stuff. We need to start hitting people like that up. So we do. Because that's a mug's game.
Blink once and mince costs more in a few weeks.
Sorry? Sorry, what?
Spain versus UK prices. Has the UK quietly become the most expensive in Europe?
I've come back from Spain and let me tell you the difference of cost of living is shocking. I'll start with the rent. In the UK, the average monthly rent is pushing £1,276. In Spain, you can get a flat in a decent city like Valencia or Seville for £500 to £700 max, sometimes less. And gas and electric. In the UK, heating a small home in winter can set you back over £200 to £300 a month. In Spain, it's more like 60 to 100, and you barely need to use the heating most of the year. Groceries and eating out. UK, you grab lunch and coffee, you're down £15 easy. In Spain, tapas and a cold beer, £5 for real. A free-course menu del dia with wine, 10 to 12 euros. In the UK, that wouldn't even cover a starter. And alcohol prices in the UK, you're paying £6-7 for a pint in London. Spain, a beer, €1.50. A bottle of wine in a shop, 2 to 4 euros, and it's decent. But it's not just Spain. The UK ranks as one of the most expensive places to live in Europe, behind only a few, like Switzerland. And the worst part, it's not because we're getting better services. It's not because our wages are through the roof. It's because so many prices are inflated for profit and regular people are paying the price.
Can you remember how much it cost back in the 80s for things like a pint of milk?
I don't know, probably about...
So,
Milk.
how much was that in the 80s?
Probably about, I don't know, 80p? Maybe?
That.
Oh, £1.50?
That.
Cheese. I'd say about 120.
How much would a pack of those cost?
Probably about 50p.
A pack?
I would say.
God.
A cheap one.
How much for a loaf of bread?
Again, about, probably in the 80s, I would say about 70p, 75p. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Might be less.
The 2022 money printing spree is now biting the working class hard.
Did we all just forget that in 2022 the UK inflation rate was nearly 20%? Not the official government inflation rate, the true inflation rate. No bias, no influence, the truth. 20% inflation, mainly from the incredible disconnect from supply and demand. There was such a massive demand for goods straight out of the lockdown cancellations, and there was such a lack of supply because of the infrastructure that had not been established because it had been shut down for 2 years. So there was this insane supply and demand issue. On top of that, the UK government printed so much money over that period for furlough and government grants to struggling businesses. And then 2 years later, that came to bite them, bite the local taxpayer, middle class, working class people in the bum because they printed so much money. Honestly, insane.
Thanks, Kay. Now that is expensive. Pricey, but at least it's full now.
When even fast food isn't cheap anymore, you know inflation's gone mad.
Kids these days will never understand how elite Subway used to be. Yes, you're reading that right. This was normal back in the day. £5 for a foot long, a cookie and a drink. Sometimes instead of the cookie, you get a bag of crisps as well. Recently, the Subway meal deal has gone up to £13. And this just made me feel really sad because I remember it was only like 5 years ago. It was less than half this price. And the deals got even better than that as well. If you remember these vouchers, you're a real OG. Because these things used to be crazy. This is the only photo I could find. Even in this photo, it was £14 for 3 footlongs. And I remember clearly there were vouchers where there was 3 footlongs for £10. So you and 2 of your other friends could go into Subway, you get a footlong each for £3. Now you step foot into Subway, £10 gone like that. How the hell is a 6-inch over £6? And that's not even with a drink. I mean, Subway drinks are dead, but at the same time, I still want one. But I'm not paying £13 for a footlong and a drink. What has happened with the world? Everything's gone crazy. Take me back to 2018.
Inflation might seem invisible, but it's quietly eaten the working class's wealth.
Tesco again, and I want to talk about inflation. Grocery inflation has hit 4.9% in September. In basic terms, we're getting screwed. Inflation is the biggest tax and the biggest destroyer of wealth. 0.9% doesn't seem a lot. In real terms, it kills you over the months and years following. And one strategy to combat that is to do brand swaps. We all just go for our default brands, but swapping out for the supermarket one might be just a quick and easy solution. Tesco's baked beans, 95p per kilo. The branded Heinz, the same, 2.35 per kilo. And there are just hundreds of examples of things like that. Of course, we are used to certain flavours and changing habits is hard. And sometimes paying more to avoid seed oils and processed ingredients might be worth it.
Inflation in the UK is honestly going insane, fam. Because how you telling me, a meal deal at Tesco is now £4.25, £3.85 with club card. That is honestly insane. 5 years ago, Tesco meal deals used to be £3. 3 whole quid. And now in today, 2025, it's now £4.25, £3.85 with club card. It's honestly insane, bro. Like, you're grabbing a meat sandwich, like, birthday cake sandwich. I don't know how they invented this. I mean, this is how much a meal deal costs. Sandwich, drink, sneakers bar, £3.85. Criminal. McDonald's, yeah? Look how much it costs for a Big Mac now. £5 for a Big Mac. £5. Double cheeseburger, £2.50. Just half of it. Cheeseburger, £1.59. Hamburger, £1.50. Are you actually taking the pee? And look at the cold drinks as well. Look at the drinks. Look at the drinks. The drinks used to be like what? £1.20, £1.30. Oh my god, £1.80. £1.80 for a medium fizzy drink. It's just too criminal. It's just too criminal. Like, look at the fries as well. I can show you the fries. £1.29 for fries.
A small tip to make your money work faster than inflation.
If you are saving for a house in the UK, I need you to hear this. Everyone tells you to just save for the deposit, but no one tells you how slow that really is. House prices rise faster than your savings interest. That's why your £40,000 deposit goal in 2020 now needs £60,000 in 2025. But here's what smart buyers do differently. They invest while they save. Every £200 a month into a simple index fund can help you stay ahead of inflation, because waiting to save the perfect amount might cost you more than you think.
So how do you cope with prices climbing this fast? Staying on budget feels tougher every month, and everyone's trying to make it stretch somehow. If you found this video useful, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment.